You know that feeling, right? Standing right on the edge of something huge, something new, and being absolutely terrified to take that first step. Well, we're going to dive into a story that is all about that exact moment. It's a classic tale of fear and, ultimately, of triumphs. So our story starts right here, with this young seagull, all by himself on a rocky ledge. Just look at that scene. Below him, there's this massive green sea. All around him, nothing but open air. It's this picture of complete isolation, where our world of endless possibility feels more like a prison.
And this really gets to the heart of the problem. See, the real battle here isn't the seagull against the ocean, it's the seagull against himself. He's trapped, sure, but not by the rock he's standing on. He's trapped by the fear that's locked inside his own mind.
And there it is. That's the voice of doubt, that little voice in your head that I'm sure we've all heard before. It's not that he can't fly, it's that he doesn't believe he can fly. He looks at his own wings, the very things designed for soaring, and all he sees is failure. That certainty is what's keeping him totally frozen.
This contrast is just everything. On one side, you have his world. It's tiny, it's confined, and it's defined by this terrifying drop. And on the other side, his family is out there living the life he was meant for, mastering the very air he's too scared to even enter.
I mean, he is just completely stuck. His parents try it all. They scold him, they threaten him, they even warn him he's going to starve. But you know what? None of it works. The fear is just stronger than any of their words, stronger than his own survival instinct.
So if fear is this immovable object, what could possibly be the unstoppable force? Well, as it turns out, it's one of the most basic, most powerful motivators any of us have. Pure, simple hunger.
And the clock has really been ticking. It's now been a full 24 hours since he last had anything to eat. His body is screaming at him, getting weaker by the second. But that desperation? Oh, that's getting stronger with every single moment. This is just brutal. It's pure torture. He's not just hungry, he has to sit there and watch his family have a feast right in front of him. Can you imagine the agony of seeing his mother, the one who's supposed to comfort him, tearing into a fish just out of his reach?
So this isn't some dignified protest anymore. This is a raw, guttural cry from deep down. All his pride, all his stubbornness, it's gone. It's been replaced by this one overwhelming need. He is literally begging his mom for just a little scrap of food.
But here's where it gets really interesting. His mother doesn't give in. And what she does next, it's not cruel at all. It's a brilliant, calculated risk. It's a gamble, really, born out of this deep, tough love that's designed to save him from himself.
This is the tipping point. That word, maddened. It's so key. All that rational thought, all those carefully calculated fears, they're just getting burned away by pure, uncontrollable instinct. He's not thinking anymore. He's just feeling that crushing hunger.
And just watch how she pulls this off. It's like a little masterpiece of psychology. First, she gets the prize, the fish. Then she brings it close, filling him with hope. But then, and this is the absolute genius of her plan, she stops just beyond his grasp, forcing him to make a choice. And that choice, well, it leads us right to the climax of the whole story. This is that moment where thinking stops and action begins, the leap into the great unknown.
He doesn't decide to fly. He doesn't think about his wings or the wind. He just dives. His hunger finally hijacks his body, and he lunges forward, right into the empty space he has feared for his entire life.
And in that instant, bam, reality crashes back in. The hunger is gone, replaced by the sheer, monstrous terror. He feels himself falling, just like he always knew he would. His worst fear is coming true. For a second, he thinks his heart has actually stopped. The whole world just goes silent. The wind, the sea, the screaming, it all disappears in this moment of pure panic. But notice that last part. It only lasted a minute. A minute that must have felt like an eternity, right before everything changed.
And wow, what a change it is. This is that incredible moment when a terrifying fall becomes a victorious flight.
And here's the magic, right? His mind was totally frozen with fear, but his body knew exactly what to do. Instinct, something deep in his DNA, just took over. Without even thinking about it, his wings unfurl and catch the air.
Just like that, he's not falling anymore. He is soaring. He's moving with the wind, not plummeting through it. That same great expanse of sea that once looked like certain death is now the very thing holding him up. All of a sudden, his world just explodes with new feelings. Not terror, but the feeling of the wind on his chest, the power in his wings cutting through the air, and most importantly, he realized he was no longer afraid. He screams out, but this time it's a scream of joy, and his family is right there with him, circling and cheering him on.
This part is so powerful. The second he embraced this new reality, that old one, it just vanished. The fear that had defined his entire life was just gone, totally erased by the experience of actually flying. It's an incredible thing, how quickly we can adapt once we finally get over that first big hurdle.
And there it is. Simple, profound, perfect. He didn't just fall and get lucky. He learned to soar. He claimed his birthright and finally joined his family in the sky. So, as we wrap this up, the story kind of leaves us with a question for ourselves, doesn't it? The seagull had his ledge and that vast, scary sea. We all have our own versions of that. So what's your ledge? And what great, terrifying, wonderful expanse is out there just waiting for your leap of faith?